questions.
Welcome. Looking forward to having everyone back in the PAV this weekend for a few more matches in front of our community. It's a big goal of ours to bring the tournament back to Minneapolis, so excited to get that done with this group. Been a year like no other, and again, we really growth is one of our big core values, and I mean, talk about the growth of a team and what they've accomplished. Both the two young women on either side of me, as well as their teammates, adversity like no other, and but just persistence in all things, and playing some of our best volleyball here at the end of the season, which is when you want to be playing it. And a group that I believe has more to do and more to accomplish starting this weekend. Big congratulations to all of our opponents, Fairfield and St. Thomas and Iowa State, and looking forward to seeing those guys here this weekend.
Keegan, you talked about it post-match against Wisconsin, just the pressure at the service line they were put on you guys. What were some other takeaways that you found just reviewing that film?
Yeah, I've liked our first two practices this week. Just getting back to some of the things that are pretty basic in terms of how we move and what we look at, and how we can win some points out of system, both offensively and defensively. I think when you get in December, you're going to get in some moment. It's going to be pretty big and pretty messy. It's not going to be about tactics or scouting reports. It's going to be about some habits and having good habits and having some courage to take a big swing or to see things accurately. So first 2 days of practice, I think have been a nice response from our group. Really organized, really focused. And as we get into later parts of the week, we've got to ramp up the intensity to prepare for what's coming.
Against Wisconsin, you went on a good run after all but one of the timeouts you called. Was there any sort of specific messaging during those timeouts, or just giving a chance for a break that led to that success?
It's a group that's going to respond, right? I think the players are going to respond, and you got to trust them to respond when things aren't going well and feel the moment. So, yeah, I don't think there's anything too inspirational other than just reminding them that they can do it, and we have a lot of belief, and to be persistent, and then they do the rest. But, yeah, we're generally a group. They've become a group that very rare for them to play two bad matches in a row. They tend to respond, which is all you can ask of young people.
Julia, with all the injuries, was there a low point, and then how long did it take you guys to come back emotionally when you start losing those teammates?
I mean, obviously, like, it sucks to see one of my teammates go down, let alone 3 or 4 of them. So, yeah, it's hard, but every single day in the gym we rotate lineups, and we have a different lineup, so I've played with every single person on this team at some point. So, you know, it sucks, but we moved on, and now we have amazing freshmen that have stepped up and done their job.
How long did it take you to move on?
About 30 minutes after I got the news from all of them.
Julia, now with this younger group, kind of how do you show and use that leadership and the experience that you've gained in the NCAA tournament to help guide them in this time?
Yeah, I don't think anything changes from what we've been doing in the gym. And one thing that, like, I guess Stella knows this about me, but I lead by example. I might not be the most talkative person out there, or, you know, I don't have the best inspirational quotes or sayings, but, like, I'm going to lead by example, so I'm always going to work hard, and I'm just going to show the younger players, like, when it's 24-24, like, I'm going to swing at the ball, and whatever happens, happens, and I think that's helped a lot this season.
Kelly Kinney got as involved as she's been all season last week. Her 2 highest matches in terms of attack attempts per set. What's it like trying to get her into the offense more?
Yeah, she's been ready since she got here. And again, under all of the circumstances, she's done an amazing job coming into a role that wasn't necessarily given to her right away. She's just been so mature right off the rip, and getting to set her and find our connection has been so fun. She's one of my favorite people to play with because, like if she's struggling, I got her. If I'm struggling, she's got me. And that's just been our motto this entire year, that, like, no matter what happens, we're going to ball out, we're going to do it together, and we're going to see each other, and we're just going to play good volleyball.
Yeah, I also think that normally sometimes you see freshmen, they start out high and then they bottom out just because it's the longest season they've ever seen, and that's the complete opposite with Kelly. I think this is the best volleyball she's been playing since she's got here, and it's just really fun to see.
Julie, do you like the way the schedule's kind of worked out, back heavy, a lot of high-level opponents in the back end, kind of feel like you're getting into a tournament atmosphere this last week with Purdue and Wisconsin?
Yeah, for sure. It's always fun to play high-level teams and show everyone what we can do, just like we did against Purdue. I think we really wanted a rematch with them. So it was just really fun to be at the PAV and win in 4.
Keegan, you mentioned it, kind of hinted at in your opening statement, just kind of a season that, unlike any other, just how has it been for you coaching this season where you have to adapt to 4 different kind of crucial injuries and kind of get your team ready, and then not only that, but also motivating them down the stretch and now hosting a regional here, the first 2 rounds?
Yeah, I don't know. You have a team, you lose a team, then you have a new team of people, and yeah, I just think the athletes were really patient and persistent, right? I think you recruit these athletes, you know them as well as you can, but until you're in the gym, until you're in the trenches together, you don't really know each other that well, and you have to go through some things together. You have to have some successes and some failures and some good practices, some bad practices, and you can't force it. You can't move the timeline along faster. You wish that you could, right? It's a race against time. You know, I tell them, by the time you leave here, we're going to be good. It's going to be all hugs and gratitude, but we got to work as fast as we can to get to that point because the clock is ticking from the moment you arrive. And so I give the young guys a lot of credit. Again, usually you're trying to bring 1 or 2 freshmen online, let alone 5, right? And a transfer who hasn't played for you. That's a lot of relationship building in a short amount of time. And so November's the best month to me because there's a lot of gratitude. Usually, if we've done it right, we're in a much better place than we were. We've gotten through the hard times, and I think, again, I appreciate their patience, their willingness to be coached. It's hard to be coached. It's hard to learn in the Big Ten, right, and win. To do those 2 things at the same time is extremely challenging. So, for all the freshmen and the seniors, because they're not ever done learning, right, I just this time of year, there's just a lot of gratitude and excitement to kind of just let them go because they've done the work.
Julia, when you first got here, you didn't have the West Coast teams, right?
Yeah.
You did have them?
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
This was
How's
last
that?
year was the first year.
How's that? You only see 3 teams twice. Is that more of a grind, that schedule, more travel?
Yeah, I would say the travel is hard. The time change for sure, and then we're still playing 7 o'clock matches, so it's like 9 o'clock here. It's hard, but I think it's really cool just to see the Big Ten grow, and all 4 of the teams are very good at volleyball, so it's just fun to have more competition in the Big Ten.
Stella, does game week feel different with your first, real NCAA tournament action coming up? Has anybody within or outside the program kind of helped you get acclimated to it?
It's something I haven't expected because I've been, like you said, like all my teammates have acclimated. My seniors, like Julia's, been prepping me, but I just keep leading on all my teammates, and I'm just really excited to be here. Nonetheless, host. So it's just a lot of feeling of excitement and butterflies. I get to host my very first NCAA double tournament, so that's really cool. And Keegan's done an amazing job of preparing me since the moment of my red shirt. Like, this has been what I've been working towards, and eventually winning a Big Ten championship is what we are pursuing and what my goal is for the end of my career. But we're taking it day by day, but I'm just really excited to be in the tournament.
Coach, 9 of 18 in the Big Ten make it. 6 are hosting this weekend. How'd the league schedule prepare you for this?
Yeah, it's 2 things. You get to the end of those 20 matches, right? And I think your opponents will tell you what you need to work on and where you need to spend your time. We've spent the last, I'd say, 3 weeks just kind of running a reverse scout against ourselves and preparing for what teams are doing to us so that you get really good feedback from your opponents, right? The kind of feedback that will help you in December. Yeah, I think the intensity, you just can't match it anywhere. As you go and you watch film with these teams from around the league for the first time, you feel grateful that you're in the Big Ten and that you've played the best of the best. And yeah, you can't ask for better preparation than what we've gotten.
What are your thoughts on the pool, Fairfield, St. Thomas, Iowa State?
Yeah, winners. Yeah, winners is what I think. Our whole preseason schedule was designed around playing teams with winning programs, and I think at the end of the day, maybe 7 of the teams that we scheduled in the preseason are in this tournament, right? Which was a big deal. So I think it prepared us for this moment. But St. Thomas, we know well. We've seen them. We know how well they can play defensively, and they played us in a great match in the preseason. Iowa State, someone that we see year after year in different spaces, whether it's in the spring, and we know what their tradition is and how hard they compete. Fairfield's a new team to us, but they've sure done a lot of winning. 25 wins this season, conference champions. So, yeah, this group's ready. Yeah, again, get a little hungry here at the end of the week, and I think once the teams arrives and they see the logos on the floor of the PAV, I think it'll start to become real, and you'll see this team come alive.
Stella, did you play with any of those St. Thomas kids growing up? Do you know some of those?
Yeah, a couple of girls, Ella Vogel and Emma Gerger, played for me at my high school. So it's really exciting to see them across the net. Like, I remember one of the first times we played them, I was on the bench and I was like, in the middle of a rally, but yeah, it'll be fun to see them across the net again. Like, they're great people, and as everyone on St. Thomas, they're awesome. I know like half of them because they're Minnesota kids, but yeah, it'll be cool to see them again.
They have to be excited of it.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited for them. That's huge for the program. I'm really excited for what they can do.
For both the players, Fairfield's got 3 Minnesotans on their team. Do you have any prior experience playing against either or any of them?
Yeah, actually, Abby Jandro, their setter, is one of my closest friends. I hang out with her all the time. We go on trips together. I was in Nashville with her last summer, and I go to her cabin all the time. So I'm so excited to play her, and I know she's so excited to come back to Minnesota. So it's awesome.
Where's the cabin? Mud Lake.
Great question. I have no idea.
It's a lake.
Yeah.
Stella, just touching on something Keegan said, he said this group's ready. Just how cool is that to feel that confidence from your coach when you're knowing that it's this group of 5 kind of freshmen building for the future, but also able to play right now?
Yeah, Keegan would have faith in our team if there were 2 people left, if it was a 2 versus 6. Like, he has got an insane amount of belief, and that reflects all of us. Every day he's like, you need to have the most belief in this team, and I do, and he does. And it's just the fact that he is there for us and backs us up is really cool because it allows us to play free. Like, it's not like he has these super strict expectations because it's, we've had a really hard year, but he still expects us to ball out and play like ourselves. But yeah, it's been really cool having a coach that believes in us as much as he does.
Anything else for our student athletes? Go ahead.
Looking at Friday, Fairfield is a team that has a really balanced offense. They're 36% from the left side, 35% from the right side. How do you prepare for that, both as a coach and a player?
Yeah, from day one of this week, it's been about eye work and defending against 3 hitters in the front row, right? Run a really nice 6-2. No one gets leaned on too much in the offense, and so they're going to keep you honest, and everyone has to win their individual battles, and your eye work has to be really clean. And so, yeah, I think from the very first practice of the week and for every practice this week will be spent on making sure that we're seeing these setters distribute the offense, that we're not trying to lean on one person too much, and that we can win our one-on-one battles. So that's been the approach since Sunday night after we watched the film of what it's been.
Keegan, in these non-major conferences, are there some better teams coming out of those through the years, you think, volleyball-wise?
There's no question that the tournament is deeper, more talented than it's ever been. There's just you can look at any scope. You look 1 through 10, 1 through 25, 25 through 60. The quality of volleyball, the quality of players, and unfortunately, I'm old enough now to say, yeah, after 20 years, there's no question it's better than it was 20 years ago by a huge margin. So. Fans win, coaches get stressed, players have fun, yeah, but good job by everyone to raise the level of the game for sure.